1984 is George Orwell's seminal dystopian novel, offering a chilling vision of a totalitarian future governed by absolute control and surveillance. Set in the superstate of Oceania, the novel presents a world where the party, led by the omnipresent Big Brother, wields total authority over every aspect of life. The novel follows Winston Smith, a low-ranking member of the party who works at the Ministry of Truth, where his job is to alter historical records to fit the party's propaganda. The narrative unfolds in a world where the party has absolute power and individual thought and freedom are virtually non-existent. The party controls reality itself through the concept of doublethink, the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs simultaneously, and by continuously rewriting history to align with its current policies. The party's manipulation extends to language, the newspeak designed to eliminate any possibility of rebellious thoughts by reducing the range of expressible ideas. Winston Smith, disillusioned by the oppressive regime and yearning for truth and rebellion, begins to secretly defy the party. His rebellion starts with small acts of resistance, such as keeping a diary where he records his true thoughts and feelings. This diary, a dangerous act of defiance in a society where independent thought is punishable by death, becomes a symbol of Winston's desire for freedom. Winston's rebellion intensifies when he begins an illicit affair with Julia, a co-worker who shares his disdain for the party. Julia's rebelliousness contrasts with Winston's more intellectual approach to dissent. Their relationship, though initially a source of personal pleasure and hope, soon becomes fraught with danger as they seek solace in a rented room above Mr. Charrington's shop, believing it to be a safe haven from the party's surveillance. Their brief respite is shattered when they are arrested by the thought police, who have been monitoring them through hidden telescreens and spies. It is revealed that their rebellion was orchestrated by O'Brien, a high-ranking party member whom Winston had believed to be an ally. O'Brien's betrayal leads to Winston and Julia's brutal interrogation and torture in the Ministry of Love, designed to force them into submission and reshape their thoughts according to the party's doctrine. During the horrific torture, Winston's spirit is broken as he endures physical and psychological torment. O'Brien employs sophisticated methods to reprogram Winston's mind, demonstrating the party's capacity to crush individual will and reshape reality. The psychological manipulation is intense, involving both the imposition of party beliefs and the eradication of Winston's capacity to think independently. One of the novel's most harrowing scenes involves Winston being forced to confront his deepest fears in Room 101, where he betrays Julia, abandoning his previous convictions in a desperate bid for survival. Following his release, Winston is a hollow shell of his former self. He is reintegrated into society, where he mechanically performs his duties and lives a life devoid of critical thought or personal connection. The final scenes of the novel depict Winston's complete acceptance of the party's ideology. He now loves Big Brother, a grim testament to the party's ultimate victory over individual autonomy. Themes and ideas in the novel, totalitarianism and state control, at the heart of 1984, is a profound critique of totalitarianism and the mechanisms through which oppressive regimes maintain control. Orwell's depiction of the party's control is extensive and multifaceted, encompassing political oppression, psychological manipulation, and the erosion of truth. The party's dominance is enforced through pervasive surveillance, censorship, and the erasure of history. This all-encompassing control is designed to suppress dissent and ensure absolute conformity. The party's control extends to the very nature of reality itself. The concept of doublethink allows for the simultaneous acceptance of contradictory beliefs, effectively undermining the ability to reason or challenge the party's claims. The Ministry of Truth's rewriting of historical records ensures that the party is always seen as infallible and omnipotent, reinforcing its narrative and stifling any potential opposition. Orwell presents a nightmarish vision of a world where the state exerts total dominance over every aspect of life, leaving individuals powerless and devoid of personal freedom. The manipulation of truth and reality, Orwell's novel offers a profound exploration of the manipulation of truth and reality. In 1984, the party controls reality by continuously altering historical records and enforcing a version of truth that suits its needs. The concept of newspeak, designed to eliminate the possibility of rebellious thoughts, reflects the extent to which the party seeks to control language and, by extension, thought itself. The manipulation of reality is exemplified by the party's practice of rewriting history to fit its current narrative. The Ministry of Truth's alteration of documents ensures that the party's version of events remains consistent and unchallenged. This rewriting of history is not just a tool for maintaining power, but also a means of erasing any evidence of the party's fallibility or changing policies. The result is a society where objective truth becomes fluid and subjective, allowing the party to maintain its authority by controlling the very fabric of reality. The nature of rebellion and conformity. 1984 explores the nature of rebellion and conformity within a totalitarian regime. Winston's initial acts of rebellion, such as keeping a diary and engaging in a forbidden relationship, represent a desire for personal freedom and a rejection of the party's oppressive control. His relationship with Julia, though born out of shared dissent, also highlights the complexity of rebellion in a society where dissent is not only dangerous, but also deeply ingrained in the party's structure. The novel illustrates the futility of rebellion in a society where the state's control is absolute. Winston's eventual betrayal of Julia and his subsequent acceptance of Big Brother's ideology underscore the party's ability to crush individual resistance and reshape personal beliefs. The transformation of Winston from a passionate dissenter to a compliant follower serves as a stark reminder of the power of totalitarian regimes to obliterate personal autonomy and enforce conformity. Psychological control and torture. Orwell delves deeply into the psychological mechanisms of control and torture employed by the party. The novel portrays the use of psychological and physical torture as tools for breaking individuals and enforcing ideological conformity. The brutal interrogation techniques used in the Ministry of Love, including the use of fear and psychological manipulation, are designed to strip away resistance and reshape individuals' beliefs. One of the most harrowing aspects of Winston's experience is his exposure to Room 101, where he is confronted with his deepest fears. The intense psychological pressure applied in Room 101 forces Winston to betray Julia and relinquish his rebellious thoughts, illustrating the extent to which the party is willing to go to ensure absolute control. Orwell's depiction of psychological control highlights the terrifying potential of totalitarian regimes to dominate not just physical actions, but also the inner workings of the human mind. The role of language in shaping thought. The novel's concept of newspeak is a critical examination of the role of language in shaping thought and controlling society. Newspeak, the party's official language, is designed to limit the range of expressible ideas and make rebellious thoughts impossible. By systematically reducing the complexity of language, the party seeks to constrain the possibilities of independent thought and dissent. Newspeak represents a deliberate effort to manipulate reality by controlling language. The erosion of vocabulary and the imposition of linguistic constraints reflect the party's broader goal of suppressing intellectual freedom and critical thinking. Orwell's portrayal of newspeak highlights the profound connection between language and thought, underscoring the ways in which language can be used as a tool for political control. Conclusion. 1984 is a profound and chilling exploration of totalitarianism, state control, and the manipulation of truth. Through the dystopian world of Oceania, George Orwell presents a stark warning about the dangers of absolute power and the erosion of individual freedoms. The novel's depiction of pervasive surveillance, psychological manipulation, and the control of reality serves as a powerful critique of totalitarian regimes and their capacity to dominate both the external and internal lives of individuals. The themes of rebellion and conformity, psychological control, and the role of language in shaping thought are intricately woven into the narrative, offering a deep and unsettling examination of the mechanisms of oppression. Winston Smith's journey from hopeful rebellion to ultimate subjugation underscores the formidable power of totalitarian regimes to crush dissent and reshape personal beliefs. In 1984, Orwell crafts a timeless and haunting portrayal of a world where truth is malleable and freedom is a distant dream. The novella's exploration of the human condition under oppressive regimes continues to resonate, offering valuable insights into the nature of power, control, and resistance. Orwell's vision of a dystopian future remains a powerful reminder of the need to safeguard democratic values and individual freedoms in the face of authoritarian threats. 1984 stands as a crucial work of literature that challenges readers to reflect on the implications of unchecked power and the resilience of the human spirit in the struggle for truth and autonomy. Created for Squeeze That Book channel. Please subscribe to follow new videos and leave a comment with your thoughts about the book.